What's up, guys? We are live. We have this is a good card, man. This is going to be the card that's next Wednesday, the second card in this three-card stretch. We got UFC Glover versus Anthony Smith, man, and this is a great card. I already broke down, 249, and I was on last night. My boy Clint, Diehard MMA, his channel breaking it down. So now, I got a lot. I got a lot done the last week. So I take the whole second card. I have not looked at the third card yet. I definitely will be looking at that this weekend. But why not give the fans and everybody the card a week in advance. So let's fucking get it. Um, I'm really excited for this card. I'm really excited the UFC's back, and I can't wait. I have two plays so far. I'm also gonna have probably one more play on the horizon. And anyone that wants to comment and stuff, I will get to you guys' comments shortly. So throughout the video. So first fight of the night is kind of a short notice fight. Well, not short notice, but just got replaced or not replaced. It just got announced a couple days ago. We got Omar Morales versus Gabriel Benitez. And this is a good scrap, man. Gabriel Benitez is making up the move to 155. Before I get into that real quick, I forgot to do what I always do. So actually, my bad. There's no line for this fight. So I think every fight has a line besides this one, but this one just got it out. So there's no line. We got Morales who's 9-0, and we got Benitez who is 21-7, making the move to 155. I like Benitez. He's 5-3 in the UFC. He obviously hasn't beaten the best competition. His best win's probably Jason Knight. I still remember that fight because Jason Knight freaking bit him like a couple times. But yeah, man. Honestly, Benitez is a good striker. He has really good leg kicks. He trains at AKA. He's a brawler. He dropped so deep with that straight left his last fight. His best weapons are probably his straight left, and then his leg kicks are really nasty. He has a lot of wins by submission. In this matchup, I think Omar Morales is way bigger. He definitely has a size advantage. I think that he has really nasty leg kicks as well. I think Omar Morales is a sick jab. He's a good straight right. We saw it when he knocked out Harvey Park at Contender Series. And I actually give him the grappling advantage too. He has underrated grappling. Honestly, he's just a bigger fighter than Benitez. Like, he's a lot bigger than him. I mean, Morales is one of the biggest lightweights in the division. And I think Benitez should stay at 45, but he wants to move up at 55. This is his debut 55, and I just don't think it's going to be a good debut for him, man. I mean, he's fighting a bigger dude, and I think a guy that hits harder, more technical. So, Almas Morales is actually training at with Henry Hooper this camp. That's a good move. I don't know what the line is, so I can't really talk about it, but I'll go with Omar Morales. I think he'll be the favorite, and yeah, I think Benitez is no slouch. I don't think Morales is going to go out there and smoke him or anything, but I do think that Morales is the better fighter. So I will go with Omar Morales, and I'm gonna go with the decision win. All right, so read these comments real quick. Yeah, I'm not going to answer those questions or those comments. I'm not going to take my shirt off. So just keep it UFC related, okay? So next fight we got, is it Ike Villanova? How's it? Hold on. Yeah, Ike Villanova versus Chase Sherman or Isaac. You got Chase Sherman who is 14-6, and we got Villanova who's 16-9. I believe Sherman is minus 130, and we got Isaac who is plus 110. I think they call him Ike as well. Sherman is 4-1-1 in his last 6 fights since he's been bounced from UFC. He has good weight kicks, but he's a zombie, dude. He's taking so much damage. He's a brawler. He gets hit way too much. He's been knocked out, I think, 3 times before? 3 times. This is a weird matchup. This is a really, really, really close fight. This is a pass fight, Sherman's way bigger than him. Isaac is actually a 205er. So he's making a pretty big step up here, not in competition-wise, but size-wise. Sherman's going to be a lot bigger than him. But I do think that Villanova definitely can beat Sherman. I mean, I do think that he has the better hands. He has a pretty good straight right. He's a finisher as well. He's been knocked out before as well. He's actually lost to smaller guys like Trevin Giles. He lost to the dude Antonio Jones, who Edmund Shabazian smoked on Contender Series. But I do think that that Villanova, has a good right hand. Like I mentioned, he's aggressive. He's also a brawler, and he's going to be a lot faster than Sherman, dude. So Sherman, like I mentioned, has really good weight kicks. He can definitely hurt him, but I just don't think Sherman has the best stand up besides the weight kicks. And he is tough. He has good cardio, but I'm going to go with the fresher. I'm going to go with the faster dude. Sherman's actually 6 years younger than him too, but I'm not a Chase Sherman believer. I think that he should, not be in the UFC, and I don't think this Villanova guy is really good either. I don't think he's going to go far in the division, but I do think that he's good enough to beat a guy like Chase Sherman. So I'm going to go with Villanova, and I'm going to go with a decision. Actually, why did I say that decision? I'll go with the late TKO. So next fight we got Hunter Azure versus Brian Kelleher. This is a good fight. We got Hunter who's 8-0 undefeated, and we got Kelleher who is 20-10. I believe Hunter is -170 and Kelleher is +150. Yeah, I got to go with Azure here, man. I think he's a good prospect. I thought he looked good last fight against Kelleher or against Katona. I actually bet Azure. I thought he won every round. I thought he looked really good in the feet. He did get taken down a few times as well by Katona, but Katona couldn't really do anything. Azure really didn't even shoot in that fight. He wanted to, show out his stand up. And in this matchup, I think that Azure's better everywhere. He just has to really mind his P's and Q's, especially when he goes for the takedown, because Kelleher has a really nasty guillotine that's, pretty much his best signature move. He has decent boxing. He has good movement. He has a good chin. He has good cardio. He has taken a lot of damage. Lineker smoked him a couple fights ago. Jackson dropped him, But in this matchup, I just think Azure is the better striker. I think he's the better grappler. He just, like I mentioned, he's the minus P's and Q's, and he needs to be aware of his neck when he goes for the takedown. I don't even think he really needs to go for the takedown here. I think that he can just outbox him and outstrike him. He has a good right hand. He has a nasty uppercut. He has a good cardio, technical, good chin, trains to fight ready. This kid's never lost, undefeated, like I mentioned. But he has great wrestling game too. He was a high school champ. Pretty sure he wrestled in junior college too. And good jab, dude. So I'm gonna go with Hunter Azure. I think he's gonna go out there and win a pretty comfortable fight. Obviously, if he takes it down to the mat too, he can just control Kelleher and maybe even hand Kelleher his 14th loss by submission. So I'm gonna go with Hunter Azure. I think he's gonna make it look pretty comparable. So next fight we got Michael Johnson versus Thiago Moises. This is a good fight, man. Wait, my bad. We got Sarge Eubanks versus Cheesecake Moras. So we got Eubanks who is 4-4. We got Cheesecake 6-5. The betting line we got Eubanks. Is Eubanks line not out? Okay, -350, and then the comeback on Sarah is +290. I do think the line's off for sure. Eubanks, she looked terrible her last fight. She's on 2 fight losing streak. She has really, really, really bad cardio. I do think Cheesecake has the better cardio. The thing in this matchup is that Eubanks has the better striking. Eubanks has the better wrestling. Cheesecake doesn't have the best takedown defense. She's definitely going to get taken down, but she has a good BJJ. We've seen her get a lot of submission wins. She's comfortable off her back, but I can see her sweeping Sarge. But Sarge has good BJJ as well. But this is one of those tricky matchups because I do think the line's off. I do think Cheesecake has a chance to get the W. Cheesecake's tough, dude. That's one thing about her. She has a really good chin. She's really tough. She's aggressive. She's going to come forward. She's a brawler on the feet. She has a good jab. She's a decent right hand. She's big too for the division, just like Eubanks. And she looked, pretty good while last fight. I mean, she got a finish, and on top, dude, she landed some really fucking nasty elbows. I know she fought a jobber, but like I mentioned in this fight, I just think Eubanks is, more technical. I think down the feet, she has a good jab. She has a good right hand. I think that she has good wrestling, Eubanks, but she slows down, dude. Her gas tank's terrible. I would never, ever, ever trust her in this matchup. Especially at Juice. I mean, Eubanks is kind of a fraud. She looked decent against Aspen Ladd 2 fights ago in a loss, but I mean, she looked terrible against Betchkahea, man. I mean, she looked good in the first round and just gassed bad. So I'm going to go with Sarge. I'm going to go with a decision win. So next fight, we got Michael Johnson versus Thiago Moises. And this is a good fight. We got Michael Johnson, who's 19-15. We got Moises, who is 12-4. We got Michael Johnson, I think we got Moises, who's -115. And we got MJ, who's -105, I believe. Michael Johnson was plus money. Yeah, man, Michael Johnson's 3-7 in his last 10 fights. He's very inconsistent. He's the definition of inconsistent. He's a fraud. He's a flake. He's washed up. He's a decline. In this guy's prime, he beat Dustin Poirier. He beat Tony Ferguson. Now he's, going life and death with Stevie Ray in a fight that was close. It was a war. It was back and forth, but Stevie Ray won. Stevie Ray broke him. Stevie Ray won that fight because he broke him in the third round and got him down and took his back and almost choked him out. Michael Johnson has no ground game. He has no takedown defense. He's a quitter. I don't think he's good. I think that he has some good wins in the past, but he's at the bottom of the division right now. He's at the the tail end of his career. He has no cardio. His cardio is fucking terrible. He has good striking. I will say that. He has good boxing. He has, decent hands, but that's about it, dude. I mean, he's shinny as well. Moises, on the other hand, he's 1-2 in UFC. He has a big advantage here on the mat. He's a black belt BJJ. He has good grappling. We saw him take down Kurt Hallbo at will. He can definitely take down MJ, and I mean, he should, in my opinion. But on the feet, I do think Moises can crack too. He has a good straight right. He has good kicks. I like the front kick that he hit against Kurt Hallbo. But he was just, not technical enough at all against Demir. Demir is one of the most technical guys in the division. He just got picked apart. Michael Johnson would get picked apart as well. And then his debut, he lost to Benny, a really good fighter. So I don't see how Michael Johnson wins this fight. I'm not going to play Moises a juice if he gets plus money. Now we're talking. But yeah, he has a really good chin as well. He's definitely more durable. He does slow down. That's a red flag, though. So if this fight hits the third round, it's going to get interesting. Both these guys slow down. But yeah, I'm going to go with Thiago Moises. And I'm going to go submission. I think he's going to get him down and tape him out. So next fight, we got Andre Arlovski versus Philip Wins. Yeah, Andre, who's 28-19. We got Wins, who's 14-3. I believe this line is flipped, Now we got Andre, who is... No, we got Wins is -150, and we got Andre is +130. This is a fight that I want no part of. Arlovski's 1-5 in his last 6. He doesn't have a chin. He's on the decline. He's really washed up. He has decent boxing for sure, but Wins is the fresher guy. He has more left in the tank. He has his UFC debut. He won PFL. He's on a good streak right now. He has powers on a 4-fight winning streak, and he's been finishing a lot of his opponents. I think 12 of his 14 wins are by KO. He throws heat. But then again, he's been knocked out too, and he's been in some fucking wars too, like that Alex Nicholson fight where he almost got KO'd and then he won. This could be a sloppy fight, but I do think that Wynn's gonna get the job done. I gotta go with Wins, so I'm gonna go with Wins, and I'm gonna go with a KO. So first fight of the main card, I think. Let me see. Yeah, the first fight of the main card, we got Carl Baby K Robertson versus Marvin Vetori. This is my first play of the night. I have 3 units on Baby K at a +155. That's a really fucking terrible line. That's disrespect on Carl. This should be a pick 'em. +155 you're going to give me? Now he's +130, I think. Yeah, and Vettori is +150, or I'm sorry, -150. We got Baby K's 9-2. We got Vettori's 14-13-1. This is a really good matchup. Both these guys are really good. Vetori has a really good ground game. He has good grappling. He definitely has the advantage here. If he goes out there and takes down Baby K, then I will be nervous. But if he takes him down, it's not like the fight's over. If you watch the fight with Wellington Thurman, he got put in some bad positions. He had his back taken. Wellington had him in a really nice choke, and he got out of it. He showed a lot of heart, man. Baby K won the first 2 rounds. The third round, he definitely lost. But, his fight IQ wasn't the best in that fight. He was smoking Wellington on the feet, and he just kept engaging, man, in the grappling, and that's why, man, he made it close. Baby K has really fucking good weight kicks, dude. I mean, nasty weight kicks. The guy kicks like a truck. You saw his last fight against Kopylov. I mean, he hurt him bad with the weight kicks, and then he taps him out. Vetori doesn't check weight kicks. Vetori gets, he definitely does not like weight kicks. I'm telling you right now, Baby K has an advantage there on the feet. But I think Baby K is more technical. I think Baby K has more power too, man. I mean, he has a really good straight left. He hits a good truck. He has good elbows. I think he has the better cardio too. Vetori slows down every fight. His cardio's definitely came a long way since it has in the past. But I still think that Baby K has the cardio advantage. Vetori has good striking too. He does have good boxing, but he doesn't throw any kicks. Um, he has a good jab. He has a good right hand. He has good pressure. He comes out, really strong in every fight. But then again, Baby K does too, and Baby K knows how to coast as well. I think Baby K, like I mentioned, has the better cardio. I think Baby K is the better striker. I think he's more technical. I think he has more power. My only red flag in this fight with Baby K is that Vetori has a good ground game. A lot of Vetori's wins, he gets you to the ground. Then again, he's 4-2-1 in the UFC. His last fight against Andrew Sanchez, he got a good decision win there. And then, let's see, before that, he beat Cesar for Harris. So there's a good win right there. And then he went out there and, went to a draw with Omar Makina or Omar, and that was 3 or 4 fights ago, but still, man, I mean, that was a war. He slowed down really, really bad in that fight. Baby K's 4-2 in the UFC. He's 3-1, 185. We know he got choked out against Mutanti. He took him down, choked him out. The Glover fight was on short notice. It was up a weight class. He almost knocked him out, and he got taken down and tapped out. He's been tapped out twice. But honestly, he improved a lot, man, his last couple of fights. So just like I mentioned, the Thurman fight. Thurmanton is a really good ground game. He's a black belt BJJ. He took him down, and he almost choked him out. And the fact that Baby K showed a lot of heart, and he got out of that, I mean, he swept him too. Baby K, man, people are acting like this guy has no ground game. The dude has wins by submission, and he trains with Corey Anderson every day. So, and he looked really good last fight too, and he actually got that submission win. So I do think the Vetori has advantage in the mat. He definitely can get him out of there and get a submission. But I gotta go, man, Baby K. I think Baby K is a better striker. I think if it hits the mat, it's not completely over like some people think it is. I think Baby K can get up, and I think Baby K is gonna get a KO here, man. I really do. I like Vettori; he's a good fighter, but I got Baby K, and I'm gonna go the second round KO. So he's gonna hurt him with the weight kicks. He's gonna rip the body. He's gonna get him out of there. I think he's gonna drop him with that straight left and pound him out. I got Baby K. So next fight we got. Is it Ray Borg? Yeah, Ray Borg versus Ricky Simone. This is another fight. We got Simone who's 15-3. Borg is 13-4. I think currently Simone's minus 165. We got Borg is Borg minus 165. I'm sorry, Simone. Okay. Borg opened the favorite. Now we got Simone who is minus 165. Borg's plus 145. I got to go with the dog here, dude. I like Ray Borg. I think the line's so off. I will be betting him. I'm just waiting on the line right now. I think that Ray Borg is the better grappler. I think that he's the better wrestler. I think that, once he puts it all together, he's sold 26. He's going to be a really good fighter. He's fighting at 35. So Simone's definitely the bigger dude. Simone's overrated, though. Simone, he has good cardio. He's tough. Doesn't have a chin. He gets hurt every fight, taking a lot of damage. I do think he's a better striker, though, than Borg. But it's close. I mean, Borg can crack too. Borg has a good jab. Don't act like Borg can't hurt Simone. That could definitely happen here. And Simone has good grappling too. I think Simone can take down Borg, but I think Borg's going to get the more takedowns. I think Borg's going to get the more sweeps, the more control. I think Borg's the better fighter. I think Borg's a lot better than Simone. It's just the size advantage for Simone. Simone's a lot bigger than him. They both have good cardio, but I do think Borg has the better cardio. Borg's 2-1 in his last 3 fights. The fight with Casey Kenny was close, could have gone either way. Simone's on a 2-fight losing streak. He got knocked out against an 80-year-old janitor in Uriah Faber. Just kidding, he's not a janitor, but an 80-year-old guy in a retirement home. And then Rob Font beat him. Rob Font looked good. Rob Font went out there and took him down. If Rob Font can do that, Ray Borg can do that easily, I'm impressed with Ray Borg. I really have. He's good. He's a good fighter. I was wrong about him in the past. Good jab, good right hand, relentless, just like Simone. Both these guys, are going to be pushing a crazy pace. A lot of people are saying, well, Simone beat Montel Jackson, all that. That was a green Montel Jackson on short notice. If that fight ever happens again, it's end of story. Like Montel Jackson destroys him. The fight with Merab was dominating him until he knocked himself out. So, I mean, I definitely think that Borg's a better fighter. I am worried with the size. That's like the big red flag for me is the size because Borg's better. Borg's the better wrestler and grappler. He's going to get takedowns for sure. I don't trust Simone's chin, but Simone's bigger and he's a better striker. But I think it's close. It's not like Simone's a way better striker. I think he's more technical. He has, a good jab, good straight left. But I think Borg's striking is improving every fight too. And I think that Borg's going to go out there and win a pretty comfortable decision win. So I'll go with Borg by decision. Next fight, we got Alex Hernandez versus Drew Dober. This is my second play of the night. I have a bet on Dober. Currently, Dober is minus 120. Hernandez is plus 100. I have Dober. I bet him at plus 105. I bet 2 units on him. I'm going to put another unit on him once he gets back to plus money. He's 5-1 his last 6 fights, 7-2 his last 9. He's improved so much. I mean, he's such a good striker. He's a way better striker here than Alex Hernandez. He's a lot bigger than him, too. I think Hernandez should fight at 45. Hernandez looked so bad last fight against Ronaldo. He would just look starstruck. He didn't do anything. Like, I don't get it. He looked really bad. Cowboy Cerrone could have definitely changed this kid's life. He has to wrestle here to get the win. If he goes out there and strikes, he's going to get knocked out. He has a grappling advantage. He has good wrestling, but he slows down every fight. Watch the OAM fight. He put himself in a lot of bad positions because of fraud like that. And I know OAM beat Dober in the past too, but that was in the past. The rematch would be a completely different fight. I like the improvements that Dober has. He has way better cardio, good pressure, he's aggressive, really good straight left. He's so technical. That Nazareth knockout was really, really nice. Hernandez has striking too. He's fast. He has good movement. He has a good right hand. But on the feet, I think it's a mismatch. I think Dober's the way better striker. I think Dober has to keep his fight on the feet to get the job done. Hernandez can definitely take him down. He has a grappling advantage. But I think if Hernandez gets him down, I don't think he can go out there and tap him out like Benny did. Like, he's like fast. Benny is a legit grappler, legit submission artist. You can't say that about Alex Hernandez. So I'm going to go through Dober. I think Hernandez takes him down once or twice. Dober gets right back up, and Dober's going to hurt him really bad with that straight left. So I'm going to go Drew Dober. I'm going to go the first round KO. And Alex Hernandez might drop the 45 or get cut. He'll be on a 3-fight losing streak. I'll probably give him one more fight, though. So next fight, we got Big Ben Rothwell versus OSP. We got Rothwell, who I didn't even put his record on. I forgot. We got OSP. I think OSP is what, minus 170. Rothwell's plus 150, something like that. Quick fight. OSP's making the move up to heavyweight. He's just so much faster and more technical. Big speed advantage here. He's a better striker. He looked good last fight. I mean, every fight with OSP, a lot of his fights, he gets hurt. And then, he came back last fight and put away, man, Oleg Jacek. And OSP has a really good ground game. He has a good guillotine. He has good BJJ. He has a good jab, good kicks, good straight left. I think he can just pick apart Rothwell on the feet. Rothwell's 1-3 his last 4. He's shot. He's declined. He's washed up. He's fat, slow. OSP is way faster. But then again, OSP can take him down too, and OSP could tap him out. But Rothwell has a good ground game, so I don't know if OSP should do that. I think OSP should just beat him on the feet or just play with him on the feet. So I'll go with OSP. I'll go with the KO over the Big Ben Rothwell. So main event of the evening, we got Lionheart versus Glover Teixeira. It's a good fight. We got Lionheart, who's minus 170 or minus 160. We got Glover, who's plus 140. We got Glover, who is 30-7. We got Lionheart, who's 33-14. Lionheart's 4-1 in his last 5 fights. He's only lost at 205. It's against John Jones, the GOAT. He's a better striker for sure. He's more technical than Glover. He has a good jab, good kicks, good right, super straight right, good elbows. With him is that he's really tough, man. Like, he's been knocked out a lot in the past and submitted, but I mean, his chin is definitely really durable at 205. And he gets better throughout the fight. He was getting his ass kicked against Volkan, and then he got the submission. He was losing against Gus, and he got the submission. He has good grappling. My thing in this fight is that Glover is improved, man. He's 40 years old, but he's 4-1, man, in his last 5. He has the ground game advantage, the grappling advantage. Glover has good wrestling. Glover could definitely take down Lionheart here. I got to roast my boy Kelton here because Kelton has a big play or a big bet on Lionheart. And Kelton was saying something about how he sees Lionheart sweeping Glover. Come on, bro. No, that's not happening. Just because Krylov did. Krylov is a really good fighter, and Krylov has a really good ground game. I don't see Lionheart sweeping Glover at all. Lionheart keeps fighting the feet. He has a better cardio. He has a big cardio advantage here. Glover just slowed down, but Glover can crack. Glover has good boxing too. He has a good right hand. His chin is, he's tough. He's been knocked out a couple of times. He hasn't been knocked out in a while. Both the guys that KO'd him were Rumble and Gus knocked him out late in the 5th round with that, pretty good jab. Yeah, I think Glover has a big advantage here on the mat. I do think that Lionheart has a good ground game. He has a good BJJ. We saw him tap out Volkan. We saw him tap out Gus. But Glover is a different animal on the mat. So I think Glover is live. I think Glover could definitely get him down here and tap him out. Maybe get on top, pound him out. But on the feet, I do think Lionheart's better. I think Lionheart is more technical, and he has power. So I'll go with Lionheart. I think he's gonna come. I think he's gonna be losing the fight. I think Glover's gonna get him down a couple times, and he's gonna put Lionheart in trouble. He actually might even hurt Lionheart in the feet. But the thing, Lionheart, the guy has Lionheart. The guy has a lot of heart. He's gonna come back. He's gonna get the job done. I will not play him the juice. I do think that he's gonna get the job done. But Glover's live, dude. So I'll go with Lionheart with the. I'm gonna go with the 4th round TKO. But Glover's gonna put him in some hairy spots. I'm telling you right now. So there you go. I'm not answering most of these comments from Geo because they're embarrassing, and I don't even know why you're in here, asking me stupid questions like that. But yeah. So my first 2 plays were going to be on. I almost said Cerrone, but he's on the last card. My first 2 plays are on Baby K and Drew Dober, and I'm probably going to be betting Ray Borg too. So there you guys have it. Just stay tuned to Twitter and stuff like that and see when I put my next card out. I'll probably be watching tape this weekend. So later, guys.